And welcome back. Game 2 here, starting up. Saints came away with the victory in game 1, 19-1. It's Lockett leading things off here. First pitch there, a ball. And that foul actually was a strike, so 0-2 the count. There on Lockett. It's up and in ball. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that one, Lockett barely out of the way there from the pitch. Coming in from Jose Ramirez. Well, actually, no, I did hit him. So he will be at first.
Shortstop number 10, James Turnbull.
So the leadoff is aboard here. As Turnbull will come up to the plate. With a runner at first and no outs. It's there for a strike. 0-1 the count. There from Ramirez. Runner goes, throw off the mark there. And runner at second now. That's 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Game 2 of the doubleheader. And we're scheduled 3 events today. The doubleheader here for baseball. Volleyball coming up at 7. We have to leave here at 6:30. If the game is still going. We'll be switching to Facebook Live for the conclusion of this one because we are obligated to be over there for volleyball at 7 o'clock. And that's Tyler able to grab the liner. 1 away. Nice job there from Tyler Vivier. It's 1 out here at the top of the first.
Third baseman 2, Garrett Harrison.
Garrett Harrison to the plate. Now with a runner at second and 1 out. For Jose Ramirez. Ramirez looks at second. That's inside ball. 1-0 the count. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here. Harrison 318 on the year with a couple of RBIs. Looks at the 1-0 pitch here. And he's going to look Lockett back over to second with 1 out. So the Saints got the win in game 1, 19-1. Second most runs scored in a game by the Saints. Most runs now scored in the series by either team. Most Saints had ever scored before. 20 runs against Wiley back in 2018. So 2 balls, no strikes, runner at second. So 3-0. Good count there to Harrison. James Sparrow on deck. 3-0 pitch from Ramirez. 4 strike, 3-1. Tomorrow's matchup will be on Facebook Live. Here, starting at 1 o'clock. As YouTube broadcast will be heading over to campus for women and men's soccer. Women's soccer taking on Southwest starting at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. And ball 4, 2 aboard now.
Designated hitter, number 29, James Sparrow.
So Sparrow comes up, and Ramirez, not a very solid start so far. He's hit a batter and walked a batter now. So 2 aboard with 1 out in the top of the first inning. as James Sparrow, the DH, comes up to the plate. That'll be there for a strike, 0-1 the count. Sparrow 286 on the year, 375 the on-base percentage. No balls, 1 strike. Saints 8-8 on the season now, reaching 500 for the first time this year. Try to get a game up. That one at least too early. And the ball evens 1 ball, 1 strike. Saints received votes in the preseason top 25. But a rough start to the season with a 4-game sweep at the hands of Central Methodist. And the Saints have been playing catch-up ever since. 2 balls, 1 strike. Winning the series against Ottawa out of Arizona 3 games to 1 helped, and taking both games from Southwestern Assemblies of God a couple of weeks ago. Also big, as they've won 6 of their last 7 now. 3 balls and a strike. And Ramirez struggling with the control. The 3-1 pitch. Strike, and the count goes 3-2. Our PA announcer had noticed something since they were working on the rubber on the mound. And a lot of control problems in Game 1, especially for Houston Victoria pitchers. And if you look at it, you can barely see the rubber right now, which usually it's pretty visible above on the mound.
Base, number 34, Zach Lee.
And now the bases are loaded. But yeah, the rubber looks like it's almost below the level there on the mound up top. Because there's a white at the bottom part of the shoe there for Ramirez. When he steps on the rubber, you can't see that white, as it looks to be lower. And that's fouled off. It's 1-0 the count now with the bases loaded and 1 out. And they were working on it between games, but it looks lower than it did. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. The count is a 1-1 pitch. That again fouled off, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases loaded here at the top of the first inning. And swing. And a miss, 2 down. So a big out, big strikeout.
37, Hayden Leopold.
We'll bring up Hayden Leopold to the plate. With the bases loaded and 2 outs now. It's the Saints trying to get out of this first inning No damage. We're an out away from doing that. That's fouled away 0-1 to Leopold. 438 on the year with an RBI. 471 on base. '26 meeting all time now. Saints with a 1-game edge, 13 and 12 all time against Houston Victoria. And a ball, 1-1. First ever game for the Saints came against Houston Victoria. First ever loss, first ever win. It's going to find its way, sliding over. Tyler flips it over. That'll do it. They don't get anyone across. And we'll head to the bottom of the first, still scoreless. Saints get their first at bat. You're watching Saints baseball, the OLLU Saints Network. Welcome back, everybody. Noah Rodriguez will lead things off here. 310 hitter, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs. Picked up 2 RBIs in game 1 today. In half a day's work for Noah. As Noah steps in here. And on the mound, Tyler Price with a 0 earned run average this season. That's going to be a grounder over to first. And he'll step on the bag. 1 out. 1 pitch, 1 out in the bottom half of the first inning. Still scoreless from Missions Baseball Academy. And that is going to bring up Matt Mihalov.
Number 29, Matt Mihalov.
So Matt Mihalov having a bit of a slump buster there with 3 hits in the last game. Scored a run, drove in a run. Actually scored, I believe, 3 times in that game. Reached on a walk as well as Matt Mihalov steps up here. The senior from Conroe, Texas. The pitch up and away, ball 1-0 the count. It's 1 ball, no strikes. It's Mihalov. That's 2-0 the count here to Mihalov. Mihalov has had sort of that roller coaster career here at OLLU. Had a fantastic freshman year. Kind of hit that sophomore slump. Picked it up a bit his junior year. Cut short last year, and it's been a slow start this year. But big last game has helped him out as he came into game one today at a 0.54 batting average, up to 136 now. Still, I know he wants to improve that a little bit more. Picked up his first RBI of the year, and the on base is above 200. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Mahalev. That's towards the left. And Lockett will get it. And 2 down. So 2 outs here in the bottom half of the first inning. And that is going to bring up Jose Diaz.
Jose Diaz.
So Diaz steps into the box here with 2 away. Senior from Cuba looks at the first pitch for a strike, 0-1 for Diaz. It's that low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. 449 now on the year is Diaz from the plate. 1 home run, 9 RBIs. Picked up 2 RBIs in game 1. That's a little plooped up there. Coming up there from first there is Lee. 3 away. 1, 2, 3. They go in the first. Top of the second coming up. Still scoreless. You're watching Saints baseball on the OLLU Saints Network. Welcome back. Top of the second. Corbin Henry lead things off here. 316 hitter. And first pitch high and going to be foul out of play. 0-1 the count to Henry. Henry went 0 for 3 in game 1. And fouled back. 0-2. So balls, 2 strikes. Montana is in the on-deck circle. And again fouled out as he reaches to keep that one alive. And the count stays 0-2 here on Henry. So Henry, Montanez, and Mcguire. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes to count here. Top half of the second. That one pulls its way around on that one. As the count will stay 1-2. So the Saints trying to get above 500 for the first time this season. And swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 away. And so that will bring up
number 7,
Mcguire Montanez. So Montanez comes to the plate. There's a pitch here from Ramirez. Low and away ball, 1-0 the count. Swings and misses that one. 1-1 the count. Montanez went 0 for 2 in game 1. Watches that one. He was hit by a pitch and he struck out. Now he is ahead of Ramirez. 3 balls and a strike. That's fouled off, and the count goes full, 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. And that's the 3-2 pitch. Off the plate, ball 4. And Montanez forgetting the count there.
Catcher, number 25, Austin Mcguire.
So he will head to first now with 1 away. It's Austin Mcguire coming up. That's foul. 0-1 to the catcher, Austin Mcguire. He came in for back in the first game. In between pitches. That's fouled off. 1-2. We're 0-2 the count. So he came in for Maxwell Sheldon. We have not seen Sheldon since then. The pitch up high there for a ball. 1-2. Assistant coach for Houston Victorias. That's inside their ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's Don Heinhold. And now it's the head coach, Coach Terry Poole, ejected in game 1. Arguing a play at second. So just one coach on the base paths for Houston Victoria. And a player acting as a coach over at first. It's Maxwell Sheldon. That's back and camping out underneath. And pulled in there by Matthew Clark, and 2 down. 2 down now with 1 aboard.
Davion Lockett.
The leadoff man is aboard, or is up to the plate now. On the top of the order, Davion Lockett. He reached on a walk his last time. The first pitch fouled back, 0-1 the count there for Lockett. Lockett 188 on the year. 2 big hits in game one. He had the RBI, the lone run for Houston Victoria in game one with a triple. So tripled and singled in game one. Watches that for a strike at 0-2. Lock it down to the count here. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here, top of the second. And fouled back. The count stays 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 0-2 pitch. Grounder. Dayton over to first. 3 away. They'll leave 1 aboard, and we'll head to the bottom second. Still scoreless. You're watching Saints Baseball, the OLLU Saints Network. Welcome back. Bottom of the second inning. Jacob Mitchell to lead things off. As he will foul that one back. 0-1 the count. Mitchell 256 on the year. The home run, 11 RBIs. On base percentage 319. No balls, 2 strikes. Now the count on Mitchell. And the 0-2 pitch. Ball, 1-2. Mitchell singled and walked last game. It's a 1-2 pitch. Pulls that one down the line, foul. Stays 1-2. The 1-2 pitch outside. 2-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one just high. Looked good, but it's going to be full now. 3-2 here from Mitchell. Three balls, 2 strikes. Ball 4. 99th time in his career, Jacob Mitchell will reach base on a walk. So the leadoff is aboard with nobody out.
Number 22.
That'll bring up
Robert Lopez.
Robert Lopez to the plate. Rollo 3 RBIs in the first game. Increased his team leading total to 15 now on the year. And looks at the first pitch there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Snowball's 1 strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike the count. And a Rollo. One ball, 1 strike. So 2-1. Good to roll up. That one up the middle, gonna drop. So runners now at first and second, and nobody out here.
Left fielder number 18, Matthew Clark.
So Matthew Clark comes up, going to be a pinch runner as Robert Arredondo will come in to run at first base. Matthew Clark comes up to the plate. So the runners now at first and second, nobody out. Bottom half of the second.
Running at first base, number 6, Robert Arredondo.
So Clark steps up. Showing butt, puts it down, and foul. 0-1 the count. So Clark, a little gingerly there, running back there. A little slowed up there, coming out of the box. A little bit of grimace on his face there. He's bunting here with nobody out. Runners at first and second. Clark has not been your textbook bunter this season. As 0-1 the count here. Runners at first and second. The throw over. As Jacob Mitchell will stretch back over to second base. There's Connor Dayton in the on-deck circle. No balls, 1 strike. And pulls it foul. The count 0-2. So they'll abandon the bunt. Swung on it, sent it foul. Snowball's 2 strikes now. Nobody out. Runners at first and second. Bottom of the second, scoreless. And the 0-2. Ball. 1-2 there to Clark. 343 on the year. That's it. Off to the corner, foul. Just foul on that one. Stays 1-2. Everyone will head back to where they were. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. That's away off the plate. Count's going to even up. 2 balls, 2 strikes here with nobody out. Runners at first and second. Two pitch, and he'll foul that one off the knuckles there. Back the count 2-2. As Clar jammed in there, able to get some contact. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Connor Dayton on deck. Two. Pulled foul. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one was close, but foul. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes here. That's up in the air. Running over, trying to reach there. Foul out of play. Just beyond the reach of Harrison, or actually of Turnbull, who ran all the way from short. So that goes just past the Saints bullpen, out of play. The count stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out here at the bottom of the second inning. Watches that low. And the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the payoff. Gonna go into left, gonna drop. And they're going to try. Nope, Mitchell's going to stay. They're waving him around. As Kojogny telling him, hey, I was waving you. But I think Mitchell made the right choice of stopping there at third. So Connor Dayton coming up now. So Connor Dayton comes up with the bases loaded. And nobody out. Saints threatening again here. That's lining right over to second. Quick over and going to be out. And we get a run across on the 4-6-3 double play. And again, gingerly heading over there, Matthew Clar. So Tyler Vivier coming up to the plate here with the Saints with a 1-0 lead. Tyler coming up to the plate, 415, the batting average on the year for Tyler. And that puts him in 8th in the conference in batting average. It's 1 ball, no strikes to count there. As Cody Kolb out of LSU Shreveport, right now the leader in batting average on the season. 500, 14 hits and 28 at-bats. Watches that there for a ball. And 2-0 the count to Tyler Vivier. Freshman shortstop. who can make some fantastic plays, and then other times he can make a few freshman bonehead plays. There's 2 balls and no strikes here. 2-1 to count now. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. But overall, he's been very impressive watching out at shortstop for the Saints. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here. That's high up in the air. Turnbull will come over, pull it in. I'll leave one aboard. We'll head now to the third. Saints lead 1-0. You're watching Saints baseball on the OLLU Saints Network. Hello, welcome back. It's 1 ball, 1 strike to count as Turnbull here at the top of the 3rd inning. 1-0 Saints lead. That's fouled back, 1-2. Programming note, we will not be leaving early here from baseball. We will be sticking around till the end and then pick up and head over to campus for volleyball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's up and around for a ball. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. In the age of COVID scheduling, where there's really no such thing as a schedule, but a tentative plan. There's a ball there. As our camera operator, Mr. Jordan Embry, knows all too well from our Saints basketball team running camera for you here. And that's ground to line, fair ball. Going to make its way to the corner, rounding first. Turnbull will head over to second with a double. So the leadoff is aboard.
Number 2, Garrett Harrison.
As Garrett Harrison comes to the plate. Saints men's basketball did not have a conference schedule this year. They had a D1 schedule this year, which they enjoyed thoroughly. Played the likes of the University of Houston team, I believe was 5th in the country at the time. 0-1 the count there on the foul back. It's Harrison to the plate here. getting the victory against Texas State, which I think Texas State now it's going to be, I think the Saints men's basketball team is banned from ever getting into San Marcos ever again. It's 2-0 all time against Texas State. Last time Texas State lost to a non-NCAA school was your Saints back in 2011. Rob Martinez's half-court 3 won it. Played Rice 3 times. That's over and going to be foul. 1 to the count. Played Rice so many times, I believe we're their new rival. We played them more than they did at University of Houston. Oh, rival. But it was fun. It was fun to see against that competition. And I think they held themselves pretty well. For our OLLU Saints, Red River / Conference USA / Sun Belt members, and the WAC. We played New Mexico as well. That's 1 and 2. Can't forget about the Wacky WAC in New Mexico, whose schedule was pretty difficult as well, as they had to stay at other campuses to play games. They were at Houston. They went to Boise, played on Boise State's campus against a few opponents, and that's going to be a strikeout.
Number 29.
And 1 down.
James Sparrow.
So James Sparrow coming up now. And I'll get back to baseball. I promise all you baseball fans out there, I'll talk a little baseball for a couple of minutes during a basketball game to make things up. So 1 out here. Sparrow to the plate. Sparrow walked his first time up. And strike there, 0-1 the count there from Ramirez. And again, talking crazy COVID schedules. Volleyball again tonight, as soon as this is over, hopefully. We'll get over for that one. So take on the University of the Southwest. Only 3 teams competing in the Red River in volleyball this year. 1 ball, 1 strike. With your Saints, University of Southwest, and Jarvis. So on the 27th, conference tournament will be here in San Antonio. 3 teams competing. 1 semifinal match and a final. One watches that one. Just off the plate there, 2-1. But going back to basketball real quickly, you know, also some of the benefits of something like that is they, you know, get the experience against teams from that level and that depth. But the checks are also very nice that you get for making those trips to take on those D-run schools. And a strike there, 2 balls and 2 strikes now. So 2-2. Here it is. Sparrow. And the pitch from Jose Ramirez. Just low. That's Coach Brian Ogney letting his thoughts on that pitch known. Might want to be careful because these umpires have already tossed Terry Poole game 1. And sure, strike 3 there, 2 down.
Number 34, Zach Lee.
And you don't want to get tossed on your birthday and your anniversary.
Early dinner.
It might make for a uncomfortable anniversary dinner / birthday party. So 2 outs here. And Zach Lee to the plate, who's 0 for 1, struck out. Here's Ramirez. Picking up his 4th strikeout now of the game. And a strike there, 0-1. 4th strikeout of the game. He's got 16 now this season. Does Ramirez. It's no balls, 1 strike. Grounder. Tyler picks it up over to first. As Mitchell scoops it up, and that'll do it. They'll leave 1 aboard, and we will.
1 hit, no errors.
We will head now to
2.5. Saints 1.
Bottom of the 3rd. Saints lead 1-0. You're watching Saints Baseball, the OLLU Saints Network. Welcome back. Bottom of the 3rd is Ryan Chapa, second baseman, coming up to the plate. So Chapa steps up here against Price. And the pitch. Up high ball, 1-0 the count to Chapa. It's 1 ball, no strikes here. That's away 2-0. Chapa, the junior. Corpus Christi looks at the strike there, 2-1. Has had a very nice career at second base for the Saints. So the strike there, 2 balls, 2 strikes. As the Saints over the years have had areas of struggle. For a long time it was second base and third base. Finally got some nice consistent play at third base, and then Chapa has done a great job of completing that infield. So ball 4, going to walk. A 3-2 pitch. And that'll bring up the top of the order.
Noah Rodriguez.
As Noah Rodriguez comes up to the plate, as his teammates do that Icelandic hand slap for him. The runner at first. And nobody out here in the third inning. Air Force strike. 0-1 the count to Ryan Chapa. Tomorrow, baseball will be on Facebook Live, and YouTube will be out at the soccer pitch. As women's soccer takes on Southwest tomorrow at 11 a.m., men at 1:30. As both teams looked really good last week against Jarvis. Men coming away with a 5-0 victory. Women got the 1-0. 1-1 on this. Under picked up, steps on the bag, throws, and got him. Stayed on there. So 6-3 on that one. And Matt Mahalov will come up with 2 outs now.
Matt Mahalov.
Here in the bottom half of the third inning. So Matt Mahalov coming up. He's 0 for 1 here in game number 2. There for a strike, 0-1 the count there to Matt Mahalov. Flied the left his first time up. That's going to find its one. No, just past the glove there of Henry. Mahalov will be safe at a base hit there, and Henry, don't know if disgusted with himself or it was a tough one. But he
Number 13, Jose Diaz.
dealing with a bit of a limp there. Tough play. Not able to get there, but the base hit there for Matt Mahalov. Mahalov now Jose Diaz coming up to the plate. So Diaz with the first pitch there. 4 strike, 0-1 the count there to Diaz. Up the first. It's last time, 0 for 1. So the ball's 2 strikes to count here for Diaz. 440 on the year now. That puts him 4th or 5th. So we'll double check that. Puts him 3rd in conference in batting average. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. And 3rd in total hits. 1 away from tying 2nd. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count here. It stays 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Mahalov at first. And the 2-2. That's liner over to 2nd. Gets the force at second.
The Saints in the
That'll do
third
it.
inning, no runs.
Fourth inning coming up.
Bears,
Saints
one
lead
run
1-0. You're watching
Jays
Saints
at
baseball, the OLLU
3.
Saints Network. So welcome back. So Hayden Leopold steps up to the plate here for the Jaguars. His second year to Victoria. So that pitch there going to be a strike on one the count. Career 288 hitter. This year, well above that average at 412 now, putting him in the top 10 in the conference in batting average. Finds himself down in the count here, 0-2 to Jose Ramirez. A ball there, 1-0 the count. One ball, two strikes. That one way 2-2. No one on base, so no harm. 2-2 here coming to Leopold. Top of the fourth here, game 2. And that inside, looking for it to hook in, and it didn't do it. So 3-2 now the count from Leopold. Leopold, Henry, and Montanez. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 5 there for Ramirez.
Number 8, Corbin.
So one out here. Inside, scooting back. Here's Henry. 1-1 or 1-0 the count there. Corbin Henry struck out swinging back in the second. That's fouled off out of play. The count leaving 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out with Montanez in the on-deck circle. And again fouls it back. And Ramirez now with the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch. Evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And baseball again tomorrow will be live streamed on Facebook. Then they're going to be in Kerrville. Take on Texas Lutheran. Or actually Seguin for Texas Lutheran. And Shriners in Kerrville. That swing and a miss. And that is 6 strikeouts now. And 2 down.
Number 7, Amilcar Montañez.
So Amilcar Montañez picks up the strike, 0-1 the count. So he walked his last time. And a called strike there. 0-2 now. Slow roller. And a tag out. 1, 2, 3, they go in the 4th. Bottom of the 4th. Saints lead 1-0. You're watching Saints baseball on the OLLU Saints Network. And welcome back. Jacob Mitchell to lead things off for the Saints here. 256 on the year. Walked his last time up. Picked up his 99th career walk. That's for a ball up high. 1-0 the count there to Mitchell. Mitchell there at first base here. And up here against Price. Price has pitched well, giving up the 1 run. And that's up and away, ball 2-0. There to Mitchell. We're in the bottom half of the 4th inning. It was at this point of the game in game 1 where the wheels just flew off the bus for Victoria. They flew off, exploded, and went into space because Saints were able to put 8 runs up in the 4th inning. 3-0 here, Mitchell. A strike there, 3 balls, 1 strike now. So Mitchell, 1 ball away from being the lone member of the 100 Walks Club. It's going to be a full count now, 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. As Mcguire there checking the wrist there. Piece of it there. And the 3-2 pitch coming here from Price. Ball 4. That'll do it. 100 career walks for Jacob Mitchell. That will bring up
Robert Lopez.
Robert Lopez to the plate. That's fouled away. 0-1 the count there on Rollo. Lopez singled. His last time up. They have him as 14 RBIs this year. I have him as 15. We'll see. I could have sworn he had 3 RBIs in that last game. Unless they don't give it to him. But showing the butt. Puts it down nicely. Nice butt. A chance. And safe. And now home plate will come. To overrule it, they're going to say so he was inside the baseline. So the home plate umpire is going to overrule that. He'll be out. Jacob Mitchell will stay at first base. Brian Ogney still talking about it. As so Ogney there looking. Again, talking to the home plate umpire, having their discussion. As Rollo, along the say it was inside the baseline, not going to change his mind. Now Ogney still talking to the home plate umpire, and the umpire telling him to move along. Ogney still talking. There's one last little comment there from actually a second comment coming. That's Matthew Clark. And Ogney, the way these guys, the mood they're in today, I wouldn't try them too much more. As Matthew Clark comes up, 1 out and 1 on. First pitch there, a ball, 1-0 the count to Clark. As time called. Grounder to third. Over to second to turn in, and he's going to be out. So 5-4-3 on the double play. And that'll do it for the fourth. Head to the fifth. Saints lead 1-0. You're watching Saints Baseball, the only Saints Network. And welcome back. Austin Mcguire to lead things off for Houston Victoria. Here at the top of the 5th inning. Saints with a 1-0 lead. That's over to Tyler. Scoops it up. Over to first. One away. It's one out in the top of the 5th inning.
Number 6, Davian Lockett.
So Davian Lockett in the top of the order makes his way back up. And that is up high in the air. Coming over there, Noah Rodriguez. 2 down. So
Number
2 outs now at the top of the
James
5th.
Turnbull.
That's there for a strike. And 0-1 the count there for Turnbull. And 0-2 now. So no balls, 2 strikes. As Ramirez 6 strikeouts, a new career high here today. Previous high was 5 he had against Midland. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Called strike 3, number 7. So, bottom of the 5th, Saints still lead 1-0. You're watching Saints baseball on the OLLU Saints Network.
1-0.
So Connor Dayton to lead things off here for the Saints. So Connor steps up here. And the pitch is going to be up and in, ball 1-0 the count. It's 1 ball, no strikes. That's going to be in 2-0 to Connor. Grounded into a double play his last time. 360 on the year with 4 RBIs. Now watches that one for a strike, and the count goes 2-1 to Connor. Connor Dayton, Tyler Vivier, and Ryan Chapa due up at the bottom of the 5th. Inside ball, 3-1. as Tyler Price that's going to find its way to left field, base hit. So the leadoff is aboard as Tyler Vivier comes up to the plate now.
Number 30, Tyler Vivier.
So Tyler 0 for 1, steps up. The runner at first. And nobody out here at the bottom of the 5th inning. Popped up foul his last time up. 405 of the year. And that is underneath it. Popped it up high in the air went after the first pitch. As Montanez throws it and almost got Connor Dayton over at first. And Connor back in time before the force out.
Number 1, Ryan
One out.
Chapa.
For Ryan Chapa now. So Chapa steps up with one aboard and one out. And the top of the order on deck. And the pitch here from Tyler Price. Fouled it away, 0-1 the count to Chapa. Price now 4 1/3 innings. Let's get up just to 1 run, 1 earned, 4 hits and 3 walks. With that, he's still held the Saints to just 1 run. That's up high ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Inside ball. 2-1 the count to Chapa. Chapa has an RBI this season. Here in the 9 spot for the Saints. Has batted all throughout the lineup in his career. Here at OLLU. Back again over to first. It's Connor Dayton back in time. Has 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. And the 2-1 pitch coming from Price. Just off the plate, 3-1. So Price in danger of walking his 4th batter here in this one. With 1 aboard and 1 out in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Saints scored 9 runs in the 5th inning in game 1. 17 combined, and runner goes, going to find its way to left field. Base hit for Chapa. Rounding second, Connor Dayton round, gets into third. Chapa is going to be caught almost, and he'll come sliding back. So runners now on the corners with 1 out. It's Ryan Chapa, good job finding the ball in the left field. Lockett mishandling it, allowing Connor Dayton to make his way to third.
Number 10, Noah Rodriguez.
And here comes Noah Rodriguez, the leadoff hitter to the plate. Noah 0 for 2 in this one. As he will step into the box here. Noah, the sophomore from Victoria, steps in here with 1 out and 2 aboard. Swings and threw that one 0-1 the count there to Rodriguez, 0 for 2. Grounded to first, back in the first, grounded into a double play back in the 3rd inning. So 1-1 the count here, 300 on the year, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs for Rodriguez. 0-1 pitch coming down from Price. That's away, kind of mishandling it. Throw over to second. And safe. At second base now, it's Ryan Chapa. So that gets rid of the double play. On a grounder. It's Chapa now at second. Connor Dayton at third. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Here on Noah Rodriguez. So the 1-1 pitch coming. Therefore, strike in the count now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Matt Mahaloff in the on-deck circle. So 1-2 the count. That's going to be low and away. Evens up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. The pitch. Underneath at the center. Henry. Get it? Dayton will tag. Throw to the plate. Off target. And 2-0. Saints lead.
Number 29.
So runner at
Mahalo.
advances the third. Chapa will tag up. 2 down. RBI number 9 on the season for Noah Rodriguez. And now coming up to the plate, Matt Mahaloff. So Mahaloff comes up with 2 down. And the pitch. Fouls it off. 0-1 the count to Mahaloff. Balls, 1 strike. 2 outs here. Runner at third is Ryan Chapa. Jose Diaz in the on-deck circle. What a 1 the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs here. Pitch to Mahaloff inside. 2-1. 167. Mahaloff flied out to left in the first. Picked up the single his last time up. Now with a chance to try and pick up at least his second RBI of the year here. That's pulled foul. Evens up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. To the grad student. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Chop at third. Pitch here from Price. Right to short. Turnbull throws over to first. That'll do it. Saints will leave 1 aboard. They'll get 1 across.
To the Saints in the
We head to the 6th. Saints lead 2-0. You're watching Saints baseball on the OLLU Saints Network.
2, Garrett Harrison.
So Garrett Harrison to lead things off. Walked in the first, struck out swinging in the third. Here against Jose Ramirez, who has pitched very well in this one. So we start the sixth. Fouled back out of play. 0-1 to count to Harrison. 304 on the season, a couple of RBIs. Ramirez now 5 innings. Given up 1 hit, struck out 7. Has walked 4. So the Saints have some pitchers that can throw some strikeouts, but they throw a lot of walks as well. That's up in the air, foul out of play, 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Harrison. Harrison, Sparrow, and Lee due up for the Jaguars here. Swing and a miss, strike 3, number 8. For Ramirez and 1 away.
Sparrow.
So James Sparrow comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1, has walked and has struck out. And that is a common score line for a lot of the batters here for UHV. Here in this game 2. 1 out. It's Ramirez. Off the plate there, ball 1-0 the count. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. And 1 ball, 1 strike. Javier De Alejandro is in the bullpen for the Saints. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. As Ramirez nearing 100 pitches. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. The pitch. Didn't go. So 2-2 the count now. To Sparrow. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Two. Called strike 3. That's 9 strikeouts now.
34, Zach Lee.
So Zach Lee now comes to the plate with 2 down. So looks. Zach Lee comes up here with 2 outs. Here in the top of the 6th. This one might be the last batter Ramirez faces. Just want to know the count here. He's pitched very well, but over 100 pitches now. Now how much longer Agni would let him go. So 2-0. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs. That is fouled away. 2-1. To Lee, 154 on the year with an RBI. Lee struck out swinging in the first and grounded out to short. His last time up in the 3rd inning. 2-0 Saints lead. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, no one aboard here in the 6th. Fouled away, evens up the count. 2-2. Ramirez 1-1 on the year. Now with the 2-2. Called strike 3. 10 strikeouts for Ramirez. And we'll head to the bottom of the sixth.
No errors. Nobody left. 5.5.
Saints lead 2-0. You're watching Saints Baseball on the OLLU Saints Network. And welcome back. Make sure you follow the Saints on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Use the hashtag OLLU Baseball.
Diaz.
And for more up-to-date information on Saints Athletics, go to the website www.ollusaintsathletics.com. Jose Diaz makes his way to the plate. 0 for 2 now. See, popped to first, back in the first, into a fielder's choice in the third. 431 now in the year. Home run, 9 RBIs. First pitch there, ball 1-0 the count to Diaz. Watches that one drop into the zone. It's 1 ball, 1 strike here. We're in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Saints with a 2-0 lead. Like some insurance runs, as I think we are heading near the bullpen time. It's 2 balls and a strike here. Low ball, 3-1. If you can get to the 8th or 9th with the lead, you might put number 13 there, Jose Diaz, back on the mound. All-American reliever. Looks at the 3-1 pitch there. That is towards the gap, and Lockett able to get it. It sounded a lot nicer than it turned out to be, as that wind.
Number 23.
Going from left to right. Got it. So 1 out. As Diaz will go 0 for 3 now. Jacob Mitchell coming up to the plate. Jacob Mitchell walked twice here now in this one. 100 career walks for Mitchell. First pitch up there, ball high, 1-0. Was looking at the NAIA record for walks in a career as 209. Is the career mark by Rick Berg of actually Missouri Southern. It's actually where played for 84 to 87. So if you had me mentioning Rick Berg in the baseball bingo, you're the winner. It's 3 balls and a strike to count here to Jacob Mitchell, who is now 109 off the career all-time lead. The junior. You never know. See, he fouls that one off. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here, top of the 6th inning. Nobody aboard here from Missions Baseball Academy. The southwest side of San Antonio, off campus by a few miles here. 151. Just a stone throw from Kelly, and that's down the line. Fair ball to the corner. Mitchell rounding first. On his way to second, he's going to stop with a stand-up double.
Number 22,
So Jacob Mitchell
Lopez
will be at second base now with the double, as Robert Lopez will come up to the plate. So Jacob Mitchell picking up the double. That is his 3rd double of the season. As Rollo steps up to the plate here, runner at second. And 1 out. And now the discussion trying to say, I guess they were trying to say that he didn't touch first. And the home plate umpire said yes, he did. And so we will continue to play here. Now they will ask every umpire. They asked on the far side if he touched first base. Now all 3 umpires agree he's safe at second with a double. So 1 out here. As Lopez steps up, 280 on the year. Singled in the second, grounded out in the 4th. And fouls that one back. No balls, 1 strike. As that got me for a moment. Besides the fact that we are 50 feet or 100 feet from Robert Lopez, and there's a net in front of us, and protector with the glass here. Ball comes back, and I duck. 0-2 the count there. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at second. Here's Jacob Mitchell. That's up high. Fouled away. Stays 1-2. Two off the plate there. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. As soon as this is over, we'll be packing up, heading over to campus. It's maybe gymnasium. Volleyball taking on the University of the Southwest at the conclusion of this one. And swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout picked up there by Price.
Number 18,
and that will bring
Matthew
Clark to the plate. With 2 outs now here in the 6th. So Clark steps up there 1 for 2. With Mitchell at second. And the pitch here from Tyler Price popped away out of play. 0-1 the count to Clark. Singled in the second, grounded into a double play his last time. 351 average, 3 RBIs on the season, 415 the on-base percentage for Clark. Saints getting a lot of production from that middle, or that middle back part of the order. That's 6, 7, 8 spots. No balls, 2 strikes to count here on Clark. That's Matthew Clark in the 6th spot. Connor Dayton in the 7, and Tyler Vier are all batting at least .350 on the year. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Tyler Vivier at .400. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Runner at second. 2-0 Saints lead here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. 1-2 pitch. Fouled back, and it stays 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That high up in the air. Lockett able to run it down. 3 away. Saints leave 1 aboard. Head to the 7th. 2-0 Saints lead. You're watching Saints baseball on the OLLU Saints Network. And welcome back. Hayden Leopold to lead things off. That's Javier De Alejandro on the mound for the Saints. His 6th appearance of the season. 1-1 on the year. 7 1/3 innings pitched. 11.05 earned run average. That's fouled away on 1 to count to Leopold. Last time we saw him was against Ottawa. Nice. As that finds its way over the plate. Pitched 3 innings against Ottawa, picked up the win. Gave up 1 run, 1 earned. Just 2 hits. Struck out 4 and walked 2. That's grounder foul. The count will stay 0-2 to Leopold. Leopold came into these 2 games today with the 2nd best batting average in the conference. He had .451. He's now at .389 here through the 2 games. 1 ball, 2 strikes, make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Saints pitchers done a pretty good job on the 2nd-year player. 2-2 pitch. That one off 3-2. Tried to put a hook on that one that did not want to go back in. So 3 balls, 2 strikes here. That's up in the air. Running back And that's going to get over him to the wall. And a ground rule double. As it's going to hit the ground and bounce over for the double. So the leadoff is aboard at second here.
Number 8, Corbin Henry.
That's Corbin Henry. Now comes up to the plate. And that is the fourth double that De Alejandro has given up this season. So runner at second, nobody out. That's Corbin Henry up. Henry 0 for 2. Has struck out twice in this one. And there for a ball, 1-0 the count to Henry. 286 on the year, 375 on base percentage. Low and in ball, 2-0 the count. So 2 balls, no strikes. Runner on second here. Here's Henry. Waits for the pitch here from De Alejandro. Rounded, pulled foul. 2-1 now the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike. Nobody out. Runner at second here in the 7th. Showing bunt inside, close to making contact with the batter, Henry. Just missing. That's 3-1 now the count. And a strike, there goes the 3-2. And Jose Diaz in the bullpen now for the Saints. The All-American reliever. I'm pretty sure if Henry gets on base, you're going to see Jose Diaz. That's up in the air. Lopez will watch it go foul. And it stays 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three balls, 2 strikes. Alejandro trying to get the first out of this inning, inside ball 4. So the tied run gets the first.
Number 7, Amilcar Montañez.
And so Amilcar Montañez will come up to the plate here. Ryan Ogney stay there in the dugout. Now with runners at first and second and nobody out here at the top of the 7th inning. So Montañez 0 for 1. Has reached base on a walk. Throw over the second. Back in time is Leopold. Montañez walked in the second, grounded the first in the 4th. Rounder. And coming in to score. One run, kind of misplayed a bit. And so it's 2-1. So the RBI single for
Number
Montanez.
25, Austin Mcguire.
So Montanez will pick up his first RBI of the season. As Mcguire will come up to the plate now, who's 0 for 2. And Brian Ogney is coming out to the plate, to the mound. I think we're going to have a pitching change. I think Jose Diaz will be coming in, as that one was just positional, as Tyler was overplaying for a pickoff, and there was nobody at shortstop on that one. And so we will take a break as the pitching change comes. Jose Diaz heading to the mound. You're watching Saints Baseball on the OLLU Saints Network. And welcome. Top of the 7th. Nobody out. First and third. Saints lead is at 2. Jose Diaz, preseason All-American, coming in. This is 6th game of the year. 1-0 on the season. A 0 earned run average. 13 strikeouts, 3 walks. A career earned run average of 1.21. Swing and a miss on that one. 0-1 the count to the senior from Cuba. .31 career strikeouts for Diaz. That's fouled back. 0-2. Count here to Aguirre. And Devin Benavides in the bullpen, as he may come in if Diaz can get him through this inning and maybe the next. Devin Benavides will probably see action in the 9th. We can hold up the lead here. 0-2 the count. We got to hold the lead here with runners on the quarters. Nobody out. That's popped up in the air to right. Runner looks to tag. Mahalev looking. Throw down the line and safe. Gets away, but backing up nicely there, Diaz. And 1 out, and we're tied at 2. So now, the pitcher of record becomes Javier De Alejandro. And that will end the day for Ramirez. So one out here, not sure. Coach Brian Ogney is out, saying that he left third base early. Saying he left early on the tag, but looked all right. But that'll end the afternoon for Ramirez. That's Jose Ramirez. A fantastic performance. That first pitch there, ball 1-0 account. His day will end 6 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 10 strikeouts, and 4 walks. And he will get a no decision. That's up in the air. Heading over towards the gap, running and caught it. Matthew Clark, 2 away.
Number 10, James Turnbull.
So James Turnbull coming up to the plate here. So 2 runs here in the top of the 7th. Have evened things up at 2. And the pitcher of record right now, Javier De Alejandro, is hoping for Jose Diaz to get this out. At that point, Diaz becomes the pitcher of record. So 1 ball, 1 strike. The count there to Turnbull. Flied up, pop up the short back in the first, doubled to left in the third, struck out looking in the 5th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike for the 400 hitter. 4 RBIs now this season. The 1-1, called strike 1 and 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And what? Strike 3. Got him. 14th strikeout on the season for Diaz. And we will head to the bottom of the 7th. Time to stretch. We're tied at 2. You're watching Saints Baseball on the OLLU Saints Network.
No errors, 1 runner left.
Bottom of the 7th inning. Connor Dayton will lead things off for the Saints. He grounded into a double play back in the 2nd. Single to the 5th. Comes up 385 on the season. .385 on the season. 4 RBIs for Connor this season. So the first pitch there is a strike, 1-1 to count. to Connor. Sophomore from San Antonio Brandeis. Graduate. Transfer from Southern Nazarene. No balls, 2 strikes. Southern Nazarene, NCAA Division II, used to be NAIA. Was a member of the Sooner Athletic Conference. No balls, 2 strikes to count here. That is foul. 0-2 the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Saints trying to pick up their 9th victory of the year. That's the 0-2 pitch coming. Down low, 1-2 the count now to Connor Dayton. Saints 8-8 on the year. And if they had been able to split Central Methodist, they would have given them, a 10-6 record at this point. And I think they would still be in discussion as a team at least receiving votes in the top 25. They're a very good team. The 8-8 is not a record that really reflects this team. They're one of the best 500 teams out there. And that's fouled back. This count stays 1-2. I think they learned a lot from that first month. Using a lot of young players, along with a nice mixture of their older vets. And the young players have really come through. You could argue that the youth in the 6, 7, and 8 spot were outplaying the 1, 2, and 3 spot in the order at the plate. And the 1-2 goes around. Strike 3. 1 down.
Number 30, Tyler Vivier.
So Tyler Vivier coming up to the plate, freshman. San Antonio John Marshall High School. Steps up to the plate here with 1 away in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Looks at that one for a strike, 1-1 the count. No balls, 1 strike. That headed towards left, and Lockett, I'm sorry. Nice job of making the catch there in left field. 2 down.
Number 1.
So Ryan Chapa to the plate. Ryan 1 for 1. Also has walked today as he's reached base twice here in game 2 for the junior. Steps in here. 2 outs at the bottom of the 7th. First pitch is a ball, 1-0 is the count. That's fouled back. 1-1 the count there on Chapa. Ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Bottom half of the 7th inning. And check swing foul. Check swing foul. Means you're halfway away from a home run, possibly. Or a fly out. That's down the line. Foul. It stays 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. On top of the order. 2 up next. Watches that one for a ball. Evens up the count, 2 apiece. So Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tied at 2. Here at the bottom of the 7th. And watches that for a ball. Just below the knees. 3-2 for Chapa. So the 3-2 pitch. Grounder. Second. Leopold over to first. 3 away. 1, 2, 3, they go. Top of the 8th coming up. We're tied at 2. You're watching Saints Baseball on the OLLU Saints Network.
7.
So Garrett Harrison to lead things off for Houston Victoria here in the top half of the 8th inning. We tied at 2. So Jose Diaz now the pitcher of record for the Saints with the first pitch up and in for a ball. 1-0 the count for Diaz. 1-0 on the season, 2-0 for a career for Diaz. There's for a strike, and the count evens 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1. Low and away ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Fouled back and we'll even up at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. In the top half of the 8th. Away off the plate there, 3-2. So 3-2 the count. Foul it. Out of play. It will stay a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So James Sparrow and Zach Lee also due up here in the 8th for Houston Victoria. And a 3-2 pitch. Off the plate for a walk. 4th walk given up this year by Diaz.
Number 29,
the leadoff man is aboard
Sparrow.
for Sparrow. So Sparrow will come up. He's 0 for 2. He's reached on a walk and struck out twice today. That's sent back foul. 0-1 the count. No balls, 1 strike. Nobody out, and a runner at first here. Missions Baseball Academy. Saints and the Jaguars tied at 2. Saints scored 1 in the second. And again in the 5th. And then UHV tied things up last inning. Threatening to take the lead here. Throw over to first and back. There's Harrison running there at second. And the 0-1 up and in. Ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike here. The Sparrow, the DH, with Zach Lee on deck. These two will play 2 more tomorrow, 7 and 9 innings. That will be on Facebook Live. As we will be covering soccer tomorrow. Doubleheader starting at 11. Women take on University of the Southwest at 11. The men in action at 1:30 against the University of the Southwest. Both men and women's soccer in first place in the Red River. 1-1 inside, 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Diaz looks over. Harrison at first. Sets up. And fouled it away. 2-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the throw to first. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's Diaz. Looks again over at first. Sets the delivery. And the pitch. It's going to be a ball. So the count goes full. 3-2 here with the runner at first and nobody out here, top half, 8th inning. Runner goes up high in the air to center. Underneath, makes the catch, and back over to first is Harrison, and 1 away.
34, Zach Lee.
So 1 out now. Zach Lee will come up to the plate. As Sparrow got underneath that one, and lucky for Harrison, he sent it way up in the air. Give him time to get back to first, not being able to be forced out. So 1 out now, runner at first, top of the 8th inning, tied at 2. Diaz swings and misses on that first pitch, 0-1 the count for Zach Lee. 0 for 3. Struck out swinging in the first, grounded to short in the third, struck out looking in the 6th inning. And in there for a ball, 1 ball, 1 strike to count. With Hayden Leopold in the on-deck circle. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A little bit of action in the bullpen As that's high in the air. It's Mahaloff underneath it. 2 away. It's a little action in the bullpen for Houston Victoria.
Number 37, Hayden Leopold.
Or it was for a moment. Can't see. Number was for a moment. Now I guess they've... No, he's got a jacket on. Can't quite see who it is. So 2 outs now with a runner at first. As Hayden Leopold is 1 for 3. Has scored a run. And steps up. And the first pitch is a ball. 1-0 the count to Leopold. Corbin Henry on deck, hoping for a chance here in the 8th. A throw again. Back over is Harrison. And the 1-0 pitch coming. As Diaz sets up. And fouls it back 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Throw over again. Sliding back is Harrison. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch is Harrison. Pretty good sized lead off first. Throw, swing, and a miss. 1-2 now. 2 outs, top of the 8th. That's popped up. Foul. Saints have Texas Lutheran after this series. Houston Victoria will be taking on St. Edwards on the 17th before they start conference play at LSU Alexandria on the 19th. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes to count here. As time called. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That'll do it for the 8th. Bottom of the 8th coming up.
And the Jaguars, no runs.
And the Saints.
No hits.
Top of the order coming up for the Saints. Rodriguez, Mahaloff, and Diaz due up. You're watching Saints baseball on the OLLU Network. And welcome back. New pitcher on the mound for Houston Victoria is Turner Grayseals. On the mound now, senior out of Liberty Hill, Texas. Vernon College transfer. As the top of the order will be up for the Saints. It's Noah Rodriguez.
Here we go. Top of the order, number 10, Noah Rodriguez.
So Noah Rodriguez grounded out to first back in the first. Grounded into a double play in the third, and a sac fly. That his last time up. That drove in a run. And tied at 2 here. As Noah steps up there. 300 on the year. 9 RBIs now this season. And that pitch there for a ball, 1-0 count. As the wind going from left to right. And that'll be foul. 1 ball, 1 strike to count here to Noah. The sophomore. Again, one of the youth that have stepped up this season. 1-1 pitch. Down low, 2-1. From a team whose season was cut short a year ago due to COVID. That had a lot of confidence in. That's a ball, 3-1. Just 2 years ago. Saints did a pretty nice job advancing in the tournament. Didn't win, but did pretty well. That's grounder. Gonna get through. Base hit to start the 8th. So the leadoff is aboard now with nobody out, and that gonna bring up Matt Mahalov to the plate.
Matt Mahalov.
So Matt Mahalov coming up to the plate here with a runner at first. And the pitch there is going to be a ball to Matt Mahalov. Saints a year ago were 15-10 when the season came to an end, 5-1 in conference play. And felt they had a good chance to really compete with the conference before the season went down. Bunt put down nicely. No one over there trying to race it. He's going to beat it out. Runners at first and second now. And Jose Diaz coming up to the plate.
Number 13, Jose Diaz.
So Diaz stepping up to the plate here. It's the first 2 aboard with nobody out here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. So Diaz with an opportunity to be his own best friend here, as he is the pitcher of record. He gets something in the outfield, a chance to possibly send in the go-ahead run. That's Coach Brian Ogney now talking to Jose Diaz. As the Saints here again coming in, and they were about 500 last year when conference play began. And got it there at 5-1 before things were shut down, and a very similar team to what they had a year ago. A few changes here and there in pitching, pretty much the same fielding, and lots of improvement there. Now the pitch coming as Diaz showing bunt. He'll step off the bag there, does Gray Seals. And look, Rodriguez back over at first base. Over at second base. So Rodriguez at second. Matt Mahalov at first. Diaz here at the plate. And he was showing a bunt. Jacob Mitchell in the on-deck circle. I don't know if there was some sort of warning. He pointed to the bench and put a warning, it looked like. This crew's not taking nothing from nobody. And 0-1 the count there. Piece of it foul. Don't know what exactly the bench was doing. So I don't think Ogden was saying anything to him. So no balls, one strike. That's the butt. Again, foul, 0-2. So Diaz will swing away now. Down 0-2 in the count. Jacob Mitchell in the on-deck circle. It's a wind kind of coming in now from center. Diaz fouls it back again, 0-2. Stays the count. He's popped the first, back in the first, fielder's choice in the third, and fly to left back in the sixth inning. 463 the averages here with a home run, 9 RBIs, 492 on base for Diaz. An 0-2 count here. Rodriguez at second, Mahalov at first. And the pitch coming. Called strike 3. 1 away. That's going to bring up Jacob Mitchell.
Number 23, Jacob Mitchell.
So Jacob Mitchell's going to come up to the plate now. Mitchell's 1 for 1 and scored a run. He had a double, and he has walked twice in this one. That's inside for a ball. 1-0 the count to Mitchell. With Rolo Robert Lopez on deck. Swings at that one though. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count here. Ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And the 1-1. Down low, 2-1 here to Mitchell. 273 now on the year. Mitchell second on the team in RBIs with 11. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch here from Gray Seal. Down low, 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Called strike, and the count will go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners at first and second. And a 2-2 game here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. And the 3-2 pitch. Inside, ball 4. Third time he's walked now. Walk number 101. The career of Jacob Mitchell, and that's going to load the bases. 1 out. Rollo coming up to the plate.
Number 22, Robert Lopez.
Lopez with the bases loaded. Go ahead, run 90 feet away. Lopez has been a good hitter with runners in scoring position the last couple of weeks. Wish DAC stats that would keep track of that stat, but doesn't. So the first pitch there for a strike, 0-1 the count there to Lopez. Singled in the second, grounded to the pitcher in the fourth, struck out swinging last time up. 275 on the year, team leading 14 RBIs now for Rollo. Bases loaded, 0-1 count. Pitch coming, up high in the air. It's going to be deep enough, is it be fair? We'll see. Foul out of play, 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Gray Seals. Sets up. And the pitch. And again, fouled away. 0-2 the count to Lopez. Lopez just trying to send something deep enough into the outfield to drive in Rodriguez at third. 0-2 the count here. It's Gray Seals. Desperate for a strikeout is Gray Seals here with 1 out and the bases loaded. That's up high, ball 1-2. Tried to get Rollo to go chasing high, but a little too high there. So 1-2. 1 out, bases loaded. 2-2 the score, bottom of the 8th. Saints try to get their 9th victory and go above 500 for the first time this season. 1-2. He runs and foul down the line. Good contact, just not around it enough. They'll hit that fence on that right field side. 1-2 stays the count. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch coming from Gray Seals. That liner back is Rodriguez. 2 down. Exactly what Gray Seals wanted, not what the Saints wanted.
Number 18, Matthew Clark.
So pinch hitter coming up here is Robert Arredondo coming up to the plate for Matthew Clark. So Arredondo's going to come up for Clark. Clark was
now
1 for 3.
6, Robert Arredondo.
So Arredondo, Matthew Clark was 1 for 3 coming up here. Arredondo up here to the plate. The base is loaded and 2 outs. And the pitch there is going to be a strike, 0-1 the count to Arredondo. Saints had runner at second, first and second with no outs, and then finally got the bases loaded with 1 out. Now they have him with 2 outs here. Arredondo, no balls, 1 strike, fouls it back 0-2. So he will be behind early here to Gray Seals. And Gray Seals a strike away from getting out of trouble here in the 8th. And the 0-2 pitch coming to Arredondo. Ball. That was close. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded. With Connor Dayton on deck. Go ahead run 90 feet away at third and Noah Rodriguez. 1-2. That's got a chance to drop. It's going to drop. Rodriguez will score. Mahalev on his way home. Safe. Throw over to third. It's going to be out. Jacob Mitchell. The Saints will pick up 2 runs. So excuse me there. As they'll take a 4-2 lead.
2 runs, 3 hits.
And the Saints will head to the top of the 9th, trying to close it out. You're watching Saints Baseball on the OLLU Saints Network. Top of the ninth. Saints trying to get the victory here. Jose Diaz still on the mound. Devin Molina in the warming up, ready to, or Devin Benavides, I'm sorry. Devin Molina, that would be quite the story if he was getting ready to come in. 0-1 the count there to Corbin Henry. Henry, Montanez, and Mcguire due up for Houston Victoria here in the ninth. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Saints try to go to 9-7 here. And that's going to be a base hit to left. So the leadoff is aboard again. As Houston Victoria showing some fight here in the ninth. As the tying run comes to the plate. And Mcguire Montanez is 1 for 2. Has driven a run in. He walked in the second. Grounded the first and the left. Singled in the seventh. Drove in a run. And the pitch there for a ball. 1-0 the count to Montanez. 286 now in the year with an RBI. And a strike on the call there. 1-1 on Montanez. And 2-1 the count. So 2 balls, 1 strike. The throw over to first. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss on that one, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Runner goes and fouled back. Tied 2 balls and 2 strikes here. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the throw over to first. Henry back there without a problem. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch here from Diaz. That's a center base hit. Back-to-back singles to start the ninth. 5 runners at first and second.
Number 25, Austin Mcguire.
As Austin Mcguire will come up. Mcguire 0 for 2. Does have an RBI. So he'll step up now with runners at first and second and nobody out. Showing bunt. Popped up out of play. 0-1. The 0-2 or the 0-1 pitch shows the bunt again, up and gonna go foul. 0-2. That one goes foul. So both teams get kind of a break on that as Mcguire goes foul and not caught. by Connor Dayton. Connor Dayton is relieved that it goes foul. It's no balls, 2 strikes here. Nobody out. Runners at first and second. Pitch there off the plate. Ball 1 and 2. Top of the order, due up for Houston Victoria. Here in the top half of the 9th inning. Swing, strike 3. 1 away.
Number 6, Davion Lockett.
Davion Lockett coming up. That is strikeout number 3 for Jose Diaz. Now low for a ball, 1-0 the count. One ball, no strikes here. To Lockett, walked in the first, grounded to third and the second. Flied to center in the 5th and flied to left in the 7th. That's 2 balls and no strikes to count. That's the 2-2 pitch coming here. And a called strike, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike here to Lockett. It's a 158 hitter. 2 RBIs. And the 2-1 pitch. Called strike, 2-2. Catches the outside edge of the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners first and second. And the 2-2. Swing. Strike 3. Strikeout number 4 for Diaz.
Number 10, James Turnbull.
The Saints pitchers have combined for 14 strikeouts tonight. Now 2 outs for James Turnbull, who's 1 for 4. Two outs, runners first and second. And a ball there, 1-0. It's 1 ball, no strikes. That'll be fouled. And 1-1 goes the count here on Turnbull. Turnbull flied or popped up the short back in the first, doubled in the third, struck out looking in the 5th, and struck out swinging in the 7th. Now 1 ball, 1 strike. 375 hitter, 4 RBIs, 444 on base. With a 1 ball, 1 strike count, 2 outs and 2 aboard, trailing by 2 in the 9th. Jose Diaz trying to get his 2nd win of the season. And a ball, 2-1. And trying to make his 2nd consecutive 3-inning appearance for the All-American reliever. Swings on that one, 2-2 the count. So Saints strike away from picking up their 9th win of the season and going to 9-8. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 aboard, 2-run lead for the Saints. Top of the 9th. Time called by Turnbull. Turnbull steps back in to the box. And the 2-2 pitch. Ball. So the count is full. Runners are going to go with the pitch here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners go. And that's going to be dropped. And a throw at the plate. He got him! He got him! What a throw from Robert Arredondo, and what a good job. And there from Robert Lopez to make the tag on Henry, as Henry had a good jump off of that.
No errors, 2 runners left on base.
He had a good jump. And it looked like they were going to score. Robert Arredondo with a great throw to Robert Lopez, who got it in the right place at the right time, makes the tag.
Happy birthday,
that'll do it. And we have a player injured for Houston Victoria there on the side, needing the trainer. They need the trainer over there. If we can announce for the trainer to head over to... So don't know exactly what happened down there. Injury down towards the fence as it comes to an end, and that's going to do it, folks. So Saints get the win. They will go to 9-8 on the season, and Houston Victoria going to drop to 2-5. Jose Diaz picks up the win, goes to 2-0 on the year, and the Saints get the victory. They'll be at it again tomorrow. Make sure you tune in on Facebook Live for that. We're going to try and head over to Baby Gymnasium, see if we can get the volleyball game here as quick as we can. You've been watching Saints Baseball on the OLLU Saints Network.